After the last video, we left off in the Great Depression, after the New Deal. This timeline will go from that to the early 2000s. September 1, 1939, World War II begins. 1941, Japanese warplanes attack Pearl Harbor. December 7, 1941, USA enters World War II. June 6, 1944, D-Day operations are brought together. 1945, USA drops 2 atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. 1947 to 1991, the Cold War begins. In 1947, the Second Red Scare begins. In April 3, 1948, the Marshall Plan is created, which helped countries that might become communism. February 1950, McCarthyism becomes popular. June 27, 1950, USA joins the Korean War. 1954, McCarthyism is censored by the Senate for many false allegations. Desegregation 1954 and the Vietnam War from 1955 to 1975. 1954, Brown versus Board of Education. 1960, President John F. Kennedy is elected president. 1961, Bay of Pigs invasion. 1962, U.S. compels Soviet Union to withdraw nuclear missiles from Cuba. 1963, President Kennedy is assassinated. 1964, U.S. steps its military in Vietnam. Civil Rights Act is signed, and in 1968, civil rights leader Martin Luther King is assassinated. 1969, Nixon becomes president, and Neil Armstrong is the first person to go to the moon. The 70s. 1972, Nixon is re-elected. 1973, Vietnam ceasefire agreement signed, 58,000 lives lost. 1974, President Nixon resigns in the Watergate scandal. 1976, Jimmy Carter is elected president. 1979, U.S. Embassy in Tehran, Iran, sieged by radical students. 1979, the 444-day hostage crisis. The 80s. In 1980, failed rescue attempt on hostages impacts Carter's popularity. November 1980, Ronald Reagan is elected president. March 2, 1982, Senate passes a bill that eliminates racial integration in businesses. November 6, 1984, Ronald Reagan wins the presidency again. November 8, 1988, Bush wins presidency. November 9, 1989, the Berlin Wall falls after 30 years. The 90s. February 7, 1990, the Soviet Communist Party gives up its monopoly of power. August 2, 1990, Iraq invades its neighbor Kuwait. February 27, 1991, the Gulf War ends. February 26, 1993, the World Trade Center is bombed. June 29, 1995, Space Shuttle Atlantis docks with Russian space station. September 29, 1998, the Congress passes the Iraq Liberation Act. Early 2000s. September 11, 2001, attack on the Pentagon and World Trade Center. October 7, 2001, first attack on War on Terrorism. March 11, 2003, War on Iraq begins. November 2, 2004, Bush wins re-election. January 4, 2007, the first female Speaker of the U.S. House of Representatives. November 4, 2008, Barack Obama is elected president.